Hi guys. So today I'm going to be doing day 20 out of devotionals, and today's devotional is called Can You Keep a Secret? And Bible tip says, a talebearer receiveth a talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Proverbs 11:13. If there is anything I like as a secret, said Stella to her cousin, who had just divulged one. Now promise you won't tell anybody, said Stella's cousin. Stella forced a serious impression to come to her face. She opened her mouth wide and said, "Oh no, I wouldn't think of it." But Stella's cousin was hardly out of earshot when Stella ran into the house and cried, "Mother, do you know what?" Then she went on to tell her mother the secret. Then she went on to tell her mother the secret, the one she had promised she would never, never repeat. "Will you promise not to tell?" said Stella to a girl from across the street one day, as she was about to repeat the story she had just heard. "You see, it's a secret," said Stella, "and I promised Susie I would never tell a soul." "Oh, I promise," said the girl, hardly able to wait to find out what Stella's secret was. But she too broke her promise in less than an hour. Sometimes people come and talk to us. They tell us their secrets, things that they do not want it repeated, things they trust us with. Has this ever happened to you? Have you faithfully promised never to repeat the story and then turned right about around and told it? Of course, whenever you tell somebody's secret, you always proceed with a familiar promise you won't tell, but you thought it all right to break your promise by telling it. Aren't you glad you can tell your secrets to God and know that He will not tell? Aren't you glad that you have someone to go to talk over your problems, your joys, your secrets, things you just can't tell anybody else? You can be sure He will never repeat them, but He will help you to answer them, to solve your problems. You can put your confidence in Him. You can trust Him. You don't need to worry about such matters being repeated when you tell Him. He is God. He never does anything wrong. A trusting tongue I need each day, if Christ I honestly display. Additional reading of the Bible is Proverbs chapter 26, verses 20 through 28. 20 through 28. It says, "Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceaseth. As coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a continuous man to kindle strife. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So I really think that we need to work on being able to be trustworthy. When people tell us secrets, that means that they really trust us, and we need to keep our word by keeping that secret, Because if we don't, that's gonna be a problem. Like then people are gonna question us. People are gonna wonder if they can trust us with telling us personal stuff in their lives if we just keep spreading it to other people. And when we're told not to tell anybody about their secret, how are we expected to be trusted by others if we're just spreading rumors and just telling other people what about their secret? That's just not right. We need to keep our word and keep their secret and keep our promises. We need to keep our promises because we can't just break them. People are gonna just think, oh, they're gonna keep breaking their promises. Oh, they're gonna keep breaking their they're not gonna they're gonna keep telling everybody my secret. Like we want people to be able to trust us. So I just think that like just remember, we don't need to be like teenagers these days. You never know who you can trust. Like look, I've been there. I've been personal with a lot of people, especially a lot of teenagers. You know, you can't just trust everybody, especially when they're teens. I mean, you'd be lucky if you find a friend who is also a teenager and doesn't spread rumors about you or doesn't like tell your secrets and it's trustworthy. You're lucky if you can find those friends. You're lucky if you can find those true friends in your life. But we can always go to God with our secrets. We can always go to God with our worries and our secrets and our struggles and what is upsetting us, our problems, just things you can't tell anybody else, things you don't feel comfortable talking about. We can trust God that He won't tell anybody about it, that He'll keep His word. We can trust that His promises are gonna stand firm and that He'll keep His promises. And I know for sure that He'll keep His promises. I know that God will keep His promises. I'm just saying that that we can always put our confidence in Him. And yes, we can always trust Him no matter what. Even if we can't trust anybody else, we can always trust God. And God doesn't do anything wrong. It may seem like you're going through a hard time right now and you think God's mad at you and you think, oh, God is doing this because I did something wrong. Well, that's not necessarily true. The devil puts attacks on us so we can be upset and just dwell on it. But we can't just dwell in the past or we can't just dwell on our problems. We need to give them to God. We can give them to God and be full in confidence that He will not judge us, that He will hear us out, and that He'll forgive us, and that He still loves us no matter what. We can't just tell everybody about our personal problems because you just never know if anybody's going to tell a secret, and you might not even know if they're talking behind your back or not. Like, I learned it the hard way. I can't trust everybody. Like, there's only certain people I can trust. I know I can trust God. I know I can trust my parents, my family members. And then I have a I have a group of friends, not just a group of friends, but the friends I currently do have right now, which that's probably at least between 1 to 10 friends probably. I know I can trust them. It took me a while to like realize what friends were really truth worth keeping in my life. And I finally found those friends and I'm so grateful that I found those friends because I know they're not gonna turn their back on me. And I don't expect them to not make mistakes because we all make mistakes. But I know they're very loyal friends. I know I can trust them. But we just need to remember, be careful with who we trust, but don't forget to trust God. Don't lose trust in God because He hasn't lost faith in us either. So we can't lose faith in Him. We should never lose faith in Him because in the midst of our trials, who are we going to lean on? God. We're going to always lean on God. So, whatever you're going through today, I just want to remind you that God is still in control and that He still loves you, that you can always trust in Him, that He's always going to be there for you and He's never going to talk behind your back. You can always trust God. And if you're going through a situation in school where people are talking behind your back, especially your friends, I've been there. I have been there. Trust me, I've been there. Turn to God, and you can definitely pray to Him and put your full faith in Him and trust in Him. I promise you that He is going to keep His word. Yeah, He might not answer all your prayers and your questions. He might close some doors in your life. You may not understand why, but He has a reason behind it. So, I hope you enjoyed my video today. I hope God spoke to you. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. Stay tuned for my next devotional, day 21. The next devotional is called Only What's Right. So I really hope God really spoke to you through this devotional today. I know He has. To definitely to me, especially. I know it's something that I could apply on. Like, I've had a past where, yes, I'll admit it, I was maybe not very loyal. I'm leaving in the past though. I don't want to go back to my past because that's not who I am anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. Um, I don't want to go back where I messed up so many times and, lost friends that I could have kept for a long time. Well, I guess one good friend I could have kept for a long time. She was a really good friend. I messed up, but you can't focus on the past. You just keep on moving forward and ask God for forgiveness. He'll forgive you, and just don't make the same mistake again. Just try not to, at least. Don't try not to make the same mistake again, and keep moving forward in your relationship with God. Just don't give up. Don't give up just because you made a mistake. Don't give up just because you sin so much. You think that God doesn't love you and He doesn't want to use you. That's not true. Those are lies from the enemy. If you feel like you're getting told that, oh, God can't use me anymore, or God doesn't love me anymore, well, that's not true. God still loves you, and God still wants to use you. So don't give up. Don't give up in the fight, because God's always going to be with us. He's never going to let us down. Well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.